Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Visio. In this module, I want to show you how to create a timeline and have an expanded timeline as well. So you can see on the screen, I've got an example of what I want to recreate. So if I do Control N to get myself a new timeline template, Control N will give you a new of whatever template you've got on the screen. So here we go. Down the left hand side, you've got the stencils with some options there like block timeline, cylinder. I'm going to use that one, cylinder. So just bring that on here and it gives you straight away some configuration points. So it's setting there from the 15th of July to the 13th of January. Now you can change that if you so wish. There's date drop downs there. I'm going to leave that as it is for now. And they've got options here for months. I can change that to whatever period I want this timeline to represent, but I'm going to leave it on months for this example. On the top there, you've got time format. Most of these options are ticked. You can take these off if you don't want them. This is on the UK settings. In there, you've got other settings, US, etc., etc. I'm going to leave all of that as default and just click OK to get this going. So there's my cylindrical timeline. And what I like to do, if I just right click on this timeline, you've got the option of putting an arrowhead on the end or the start. So I'm going for end. I like that being the direction we're going. Now in the stencils, you've got different options that you can use. You've got timelines, um, extra timelines that you can bring on. You've got milestone markers, different types. And then you've got these phase markers, curly brackets there. Look, you've got these ones, square brackets. It's just a case of dragging these on. You've also got the elapsed time indicator, which is that. If I just put that on, not that one, that one, it just snaps into position. Now you can actually change the color of that because it's not easy to see like that. So I'll just go for red, dark red, so you can see it there. That's the elapsed time marker. Now let's put some of these um, brackets on. So I'll just drop the first one in. Now when you snap these on, you get the option to give it a name. So I'm going to call this one phase one, so it's got a name. Phase one. And again, you can change the duration, the dates, start date and end date if you want, but I'll leave that as it is. In fact, I won't. Is that the 9th? That's a month. Okay, let's go for that one. So that sits there. Now, if you want, you can pick up this little yellow circle and pull that down and the thing will flip over and go underneath, just in case you've got too much information. So I'll put a square bracket on the top and I'll call this phase two. So you see how this works, phase two. And I'll leave that one on the top. But the same thing will apply. Now, milestone markers, you've got lots of different options. You've got pin milestones, you've got these all these different milestones. I'll go for this pin one, and then I'll just put that there, call that end of phase, or whatever you want to call it, end of phase. That's the name for that. If it's too cluttered, which it is there a little bit, you can pull that little yellow circle down again, and it sits wherever you want it to go. Now, the expanded timeline, which I accidentally grabbed before, which is this, if you can pull this on, comes up with a date range. So this is saying July to December, but you can make that a bit smaller. So if I go back, say to the 1st of October, so that's now just showing you the same information that you've got there on both timelines. Now, if that's too tight, which it looks like probably is a little bit, you can go back into the right click on it, configure that and change that to the end. I'll go for the end of October 31st. Just give myself a bit more space at the end there. So that's okay. And then if I right click on it again and do the arrowhead end, so it's the same as that one. But I want this one to be a different color. So I'm going up to the top there. I'll pick a different color, yellow, and I'll click on that one, change a different color for that. Go for that color. Right, the yellow's a bit, whatever color that is a bit loud. Now you've got this synchronized milestone. If I just stick this on this expanded timeline, I'll put it to the, I'll just drop it in the middle there actually. What it'll give you the option to synchronize it with a timeline that's already there, which is the only one I've got not the timeline, the actual milestone. And then that's moved to synchronize the two milestones together. And again, it's a bit cluttered, that one, so you can maybe pull that one down like so. Now, this is a Visio diagram. With all the Visio diagrams, you've got design options where you can change the color scheme if you want. So that one there, if I hovered over that, quite like that one actually. But the different options you've got there to change these, that's a nicer one as well. It stands out quite a lot, that. So I like that one. You've also got the options of putting a background page in where you can either use these preset ones, or I'll use that one, everybody likes that one. That just adds a background page there on the bottom there, which is linked to this, the world. And you've got the titles, borders and titles. So I can click on one of them. Now you've got to make sure that none of this is going to intrude with these. So if I go for that one, again, this goes in as a background page. And to get onto it, I need to be on the background, which is there. So it's sitting with the world, if you like. And I'll just double click up there and call my little thing title timeline back onto the first page. So now all of that is right. 4th of August is today. There's my timeline. There's my expanded timeline. There's a synchronized milestone. And that's everything I want to do. And anything else you want to add, you can do. You can go and get some of the stencils if you so wish. You can go into any of these stencils and bring them into here. And you can search the shapes in this box at the top there. It's totally up to you. But that's all I want to cover on this little one. How to create a timeline and have an expanded timeline attached to it. So hopefully that little video is of use. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.